Hey guys, what's up? My name is Lisa, aka Disney 65 fan, and today I'm going to do a review of a movie that I've seen today. And I promised you guys I was going to review this movie because I reviewed the original movie a good while ago, like last month. It is, of course, Beauty and the Beast. So, for any of you who has not seen Beauty and the Beast or has seen Beauty and the Beast, then where have you been? Seriously. So anyway, this version of Beauty and the Beast stars Emma Watson as the title character, Dan Stevens as the Beast, Luke Evans as Gaston, Kevin Kline as Maurice, Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts, is it Josh Gad? Yeah, Josh Gad as LeFou, and Ian McKellen as Cogsworth and Ewan McGregor as Lumiere, and it tells the story of this handsome yet arrogant prince living in 17th century France, played by Dan Stevens, of course, and we get to see the prologue in full, and he's holding this really big lavish fairy tale, like this big lavish ball, of course, that everyone is invited to, like all the posh ones, of course. And anyway, this old beggar woman comes along and she wants shelter, of course, like in the original one, and of course he sniggers at her, and then all of a sudden she transforms into this beautiful enchantress, and she punishes him and the servants, and he turns into this hideous monster. Like in the original 1921 version, he has to find love in return and earn their love in return so that the spell will break. If not, he will die along with the rose. So yeah, it's pretty much like the 1921 version anyway. So then we cut to Belle, played by Hermione Granger herself, Emma Watson, and she sings the Belle song, and of course this guy called Gaston is intrigued by her. He wants to marry her. She doesn't feel the same way, of course. She doesn't want to marry him at all. She thinks he's a jerk and she's not into him at all. And of course, her father, of course, goes off into the woods, and she asks for this white rose, and he does. And of course, you know what's going to happen. Of course, he ends up getting the rose. He gets caught by the Beast. The Beast gets furious. The Beast, of course, held him captive, and of course Belle, of course, comes along because Philippe, of course, came back for Belle, and she went back to the castle, and she, of course, takes her father's place, like I said, like the two of them, the Belle and the Beast, don't get along. Then they gradually become friends, and they gradually fall in love. So yeah. Okay, what I think about this movie? Okay, I'm going to take the good, I'm going to take the bad, as what Andrew says, the nerdies. First, the good. The visuals of this movie is brilliant. I mean, every single thing about this movie is brilliant. Not to mention, the music is brilliant, the acting is very good. Surprise, surprise, Emma Watson, she was brilliant as Belle. I am sorry. If people think, oh, she sucks, she can't sing, she's so bland and wooden. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I thought she was very good as Belle. You can sort of believe in her because she, as what she said in an interview, she was a fan of Beauty and the Beast as a kid. She grew up in 1990 and she saw it when she was like 4 years old, and she loved it, along with Dan Stevens, who plays the Beast / Prince in this movie. And you could sort of tell by her, but she really, really, really wanted this role, and yeah. And there's also a lot of different, like a lot of people are just going to say, oh, it's just a copy and pasted version of the original. To be honest, there is I'm going to spoil a few bits. I have to spoil a few bits because I want you guys to know my thoughts. So you have been warned. There is going to be spoilers, so you have been warned. So here we go. Right. Starting now. So in the original movie, of course, what was I going to say? Yeah, in the original movie, of course, okay, I'm going to say transformation scene. In the transformation scene in the original movie, the Beast gets stabbed. But in this version, he gets shot 3 times. I am not making this up, guys. He gets shot 3 times by Gaston. And you know the flower as well, each time the petal falls of the rose, the castle will literally destruct. And more the objects will turn into objects. And there's a lot more of the enchantress in this one than the cartoon one, because in the cartoon one you don't see her at all, but in this one you do see her because she's in disguise as a girl called Agatha, who of course saves Maurice, who gets tied up in a tree and by Gaston, because Maurice like, you're not going to marry my daughter, and he punches, like, Gaston like punches Maurice, and of course they end up tying him. He's like, oh, I will marry Belle, and he's like, my daughter's never going to marry you, Gaston. And like Agatha, of course, came to the rescue and saved Maurice, of course, and gave him water and everything. And also we get to find out more about the Beast himself and Belle. Like, Belle's mum, of course, died of the plague, and that's why her father was very overprotective over her. The Beast, of course, his mum died during probably the plague as well, I suppose. And his father was very, very cruel to him, and that's why the Beast / the princess is told a jerk all those years. So we first see the Beast first. He's very kind of menacing, you know. He's like, oh, he's a thief. And I swear to God, guys, when I first heard the Beast's voice, I said to myself, is this Idris Elba? You know Idris Elba, he's the guy in Zootopia, it's Coco. Do you know the guy who talks like this and is Shere Khan in Jungle Book? I literally thought it was him the whole time. I was like, is that Idris Elba? And then I saw the whole film, I was like, oh, it's Dan Stevens, the guy who played Sir Lancelot in 1903 and Master Crawley in Downton Abbey. I was like, So yeah, I also like the fact that you get, like, there's also this new thing about this magic atlas that like you could go anywhere, and the Beast's like, oh, there's no place for a creature like me, and think of the one place you always wanted and find your mind's eye and feel it in your heart. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Paris. So she touches the book, and then she goes to Paris. I swear to God, I felt like I was watching Moulin Rouge or Hunchback of Notre Dame. And sorry guys, I'm ranting, I can't help it. But anyway, there's actually, the songs in the original movie are here, except the Gaston reprise and Human Again. They are cut completely. Instead, we've got a extended version of Gaston's song, which is more like sinister, I suppose, like very more mature themed. And we also got 2 new songs, like I said. We've got Days of the Sun, sung by Nathan Mack, Emma Watson, Emma Thompson, and Stanley Tucci. And it's a very good song. It's very consistent. How Does a Moment Last Forever is sung by Kevin Kline, then sung by Emma Watson, and then sung by the one and only Celine Dion in the ending credits. And then finally we've got the song that I absolutely love, and I felt, oh God, I loved it so much. I heard that song about 5 times already this week, and I loved it so much. It's of course Evermore, which is like the Beast's solo song. It's all about the Beast, of how he feels about Belle, and you know, he's the master of his fate. And I swear to God, Dan Stevens, holy shit, does that guy have a great singing voice. I was like, he was brilliant. I swear to God, that song just blew me away. I mean, everyone literally nailed the movie, like, to a capital T. They were all brilliant. Luke Evans was the definition of the greatest bastard of a character ever. He's a prick, he's manipulative. I mean, like I said before, the spoiler, I'm so sorry again, I'm bringing this up again. He gets, he shoots the Beast 3 times, and the first time he shoots him, the gun falls, and of course he has another gun, and like, Belle is literally here, and the Beast is like, you came back, next thing, bang, bang. And I was like, Jesus Christ! I couldn't stop shouting. I was like, Jesus, oh my God, oh fuck. And I was like, I'm not crying, literally tears come down my eyes, like. So yeah. Okay, and Be Our Guest scene was totally awesome as well. I loved the Be Our Guest scene. And Ewan McGregor, wow. The visuals, the music, the choreograph, the cast. Oh my God, I love this movie so much, guys. If someone says to me it's better than the original, well, I can't compare the two because they're pretty much the same films. I can't compare the two. I can't say, oh, the 2017 version is better than the 1921 version. But there is a lot of changes I like in the new one than the old one. So I love both of them as well. But the old one holds a special place in my heart, and thought it was brilliant, the original one. But this new one, you guys, was brilliant. I mean, the twist with Agatha being the enchantress, and she kind of like reversed the curse, and then Belle's like the Beast, of course, does say, you came back, at least got to see one last time. He's like this going. And Belle's like, no, please, come back to me, Beast. And the next thing, Agatha's like this going. And she's like, I love you, next thing. And then the Beast rises up in the sky, and you see like the rose petals, like, woo. And I was like, holy cow, it's just so beautifully done and executed. And the chemistry between Dan Stevens and Emma Watson, oh my god, they're so good. So yeah, now the nitpick. The only nitpick I have this movie is the prince has no name, and also you don't get to see the fangs on the beast as much because he's not his mouth isn't prominent. They're like, he's so educated and so diplomatic, and you're like, wow, this guy's like a billionaire, a hairy billionaire. He's just so diplomatic and so poised and so straight, and like in the original one he's like, there's like the fangs are like sticking out this. In the new one you don't see the fangs at all, like this, like it goes, well, I told you this. So yeah, enough about me ranting. Overall, you guys, this film is an A-, 5 out of 5, and a 9.5 out of 10. It was brilliant. It was a feast for your eyes. It's up there with Cinderella. And you know what? It was the first fairy tale I actually cried. I didn't cry at the original movie. Yes, fire pitchforks at me, I don't care, but I literally did not cry at all in the original Beauty and the Beast film. But this one, I cried, you guys. I literally cried during the transformation scene. The Vermin Her music, like, do 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 do. I was like, oh my god, it's the original music. Ah! And when the songs came on, I was like singing along by myself, and oh Jesus guys. So yeah, enough of me ranting. That's my review of Beauty and the Beast. I am sorry if I just waffled and waffled on. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the movie. Are you going to see it? And that's it for me. And yeah, till next time guys, take care and see you soon.